Hello and welcome back to Stellaris. We're starting off a brand new campaign this morning with one of the new origins that I've yet to really give a shot to, the new Wilderness origin. This entity is about being a sapient ecosphere. Basically, the concept is that we are not just the things that live on the planet, but we are now the planet itself. This is a cool new special function. We get the wilderness trait, which makes it so that we cannot really inhabit things that are not planets, but we get a bajillion workforce. We basically get infinite workforce for all buildings. All of our buildings and districts, all that is all completely different bespoke stuff. Instead of colonizing ships, we actually terraform planets and I guess become those planets. The idea is that we are always going and growing and then becoming all of the material around us. And population is actually just becomes biomass. So we use biomass to build all of our buildings, basically. And we get it through terraforming, through making more pops, through having a couple of buildings. It is a very interesting, weird new path that I'm kind of curious all about. Typically, I would say it plays into a more nature-based thing, but I wanted to do something a little bit weird and a little bit different, which is, what if instead of the plants, we were actually like the rocks themselves? What if we were literally just the planet and everything within it? We could even be this little eyeball guy that's a little bit planet and a little bit rock. Ooh, you know what? Maybe we'll be him. All of the lithoid species are very fun, but I thought that lithoid would be an interesting kind of build to go in with wilderness. We do have to take the biological ship set, so we're going to take the shellcraft thing. I like the idea that it's not quite rocks, but it is like a hard outer structure. And we do have to be a hive mind. Specifically, a mutualistic intelligence, which gives us we get penalties from districts and planets, but we get diplomatic weight from economy because we don't really have pops anymore. And our empire size effect is -25, which is really nice. It kind of like plays off of the district planet thing. We'll see quite exactly how it works. I thought for this build, I wanted to go with a void hive, which is we automatically generate mining and research stations. And mega structures are like cheaper to build. More importantly is that the growth node experience goes up 25%. It's a bit hard to see behind me. But I thought that void hive would be a good option for us. And the idea that if we are the planet and we're going out and we're mining asteroids and everything else, sort of that we just slowly grow. If we are a planet that is slowly growing, I want to just slowly grow over everything. I've never really played with Void Hive. We got it like right at the end of our last playthrough, but it didn't really have an opportunity to kick in. And then I'm going to take the natural neural network, which is the wilderness simulates all potential of symbiotes' dormant minds by having them work and play in parallel, accelerating its exploration of the sciences. Basically, the more planet we have and the more jobs we're doing on the planet, the more we learn about how planets work, which seems kind of, makes sense. If we're a planet who's just woke up, we're trying to learn about everything. And so we're getting research from mining the earth, from working the farms, and from doing whatever technicians do. So big giant spaghetti monster vibe, that or a flump. It does have a lot of flump vibes. We might make it a little bit different. I'm not settled on him yet. For traits, I want to take the crystallization trait, which is that every 100 pops produces monthly organic pop growth. I think this works for wilderness. My original idea for this was playing as fungus. Yeah, you guys are also monthly organic pop growth. So I think crystallization will make us pops still, which should make us more biomass. That's sort of the important thing for us. And then the other idea is that if we are the planet itself, I like the idea that we are just like impossibly rooted in. If somebody was to land on our planet and try to fight us, they're not just fighting these little guys that are like the extension of us, but they're fighting the planet itself. Lithoids get bonuses to army health. So I thought, what if we took very strong, which I think also plays into the bonuses we get for tech, because we get job efficiency for workers and menial drones, and they're going to produce all of our tech for us as well. To take that, we're going to have to take a big -3. So I was going to take brittle, pop amenity usage. We'll see whether or not, I don't know how much amenities we have to use if we are a planet itself. Again, it's like, I'm not quite sure how the wilderness stuff works together. And then I was going to take slow learners because we live for a really long time as lithoids. We have plus 50 liter lifespan. And on top of that, like as a hive mind, our nodes never die. So leveling up slowly is not really the worst thing in the world. And then we could take resilient for an extra 50% defensive army damage. Basically the idea that we are the planet itself. So if something tries to land and says, I'm living on this planet now, we can kind of just say, no, you're not. I'm the planet. You had to kill the entire planet. You know, the planet has to break before the guard does. It's pretty much what I'm saying. We're basically playing Cadia here. So I think the other big thing I wanted to do here was swap out these guys for probably just a lithoid looking city. You know, if we're rocks on rocks, then that's definitely the way we got to go. And maybe it is a bit of a different vibe. Cadia stands. You got it. You got it, my dude. Brittle but resilient. I know it's a bit of a weird combination, but you know, if you think about it as like basically the dirt just coming alive, forming like clay mudmen and stuff like that, the rocks just keep coming up. They're not necessarily that tough if you think about they're fighting, you know, guns and laser weapons. If you shoot a rock with a gun, a modern gun, it's probably going to break. So if you're shooting it with future space guns, then, you know, technically kind of brittle. What looks the most fitting for here? I kind of like either these guys or these guys. These guys maybe feel the best. They really fit this cave we got going on. They almost blend perfectly into it. If we were to give ourselves some nice colorings maybe to match. Perhaps a little blue, a little gray. You know, we could take some lithoid rocks. Rocks on rocks on rocks. Ah, you know what? I kind of like this. Like we are the rock embedded in the rock with the blue sky above us. I could go with that. Why don't you? We could play the lithoid voice.
Pulse of the world beats in harmony.
But I feel like the wilderness is a new voice and we haven't had a chance to check this out. So I want to try that one. How does a planet reproduce? I mean, honestly, I'm not really sure. That's going to be a big question for us. But I like the vibe of what we got going on. They feel right. They feel good. We're gonna need some names for them. I was thinking about for the home world, I wanted to call the star name just like Diamond or like Gemstone or like a Ruby. Maybe thinking about like what would a planet who is just a bunch of rocks think about the sky? And the homeworld name could just be could be rock. Could be rock and stone. Maybe we are called rock and our species is called stone. Thoughts? Stonin? The sunspun amalgam of rocks. Why sunspun? Hidebound Aegis of rock. I do like Aegis of rock. The wilderness of rock, the unfurling weave of rock. I like Aegis of rock. Or like the wall of stone or something like that, you know? The daddy planet sends some rocks and the mommy planet sends some plants and they combine into a nice baby planet. Exactly, right? Just a big glowing crystal. Like a glass Prince Rupert drop. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Brittle but resilient. When a mommy planet and a daddy planet love each other, they produce a baby moon. It's exactly how they work. Is the bot down? It totally is, man. Just really funny because I had it up checking it this morning. I'm willing to take some empire names here if we got some good suggestions. We'll call it the RS prefix for the rock and stone. We have the shellcraft here. These guys look pretty good with the blue flag. Gives them a little bit of extra, just a little bit of extra shine on their body. All these variants are fine, but we'll go with the blue one. Goomy. Oh, we do have to get a name list. What feels like the right choice here? The shards. I always feel like fleet names are the most important thing. Fleet names and planet names. Forgefall, Fawstain, Layharm, the Scalding Stratum. Is there a wilderness? No, there are the hive minds. Swarm and clutches. Nah, I feel like the lithoid choices. We should probably go with one of these. I like these guys with the shards, shard names. Surely the species plural has to be stoners. No, you maybe stoners. I think I could allow for that. The Empire of Obsidian. Oh, we do. I do want to take a look at. Yeah, I don't want to be a continental world. I want to be an alpine world. You know, this is the big Rocky Mountain world. I feel like we should be a Rocky Mountain Empire. The Stoned. Stone and Stoned. Where are we going with this? I think we should grudge you. Aegis of Rock, Aegis of Stone. I like the Aegis of Rock because it's the idea is that like we are kind of a bit of a shield with the way that how strong we are, how difficult we are to dislodge. We got the wilderness, we got our flag, we got our ship set, we got our appearance. So our starting ruler is going to be permanent. We'll call him the Gem Lord. But they're gonna need a cool name. This character is gonna be forever, so I will take some good names. Should be Turg. Could be Turg. Stability, infiltration speed, minerals, edicts, stability. Eye for talent would really kind of like negate our species downfall trait. I like the idea that we could also just take more army damage. Spark of Genius is always pretty good as well. Honestly, I think I'm going to take Eye for Talent as our trait. It'll help us get up there a little bit. Core McPlanet. The ever-growing crystal. Emperor Olympus, like Mars Volcano. The Philosopher's Stone. I do kind of like the name Philosopher. We could call him Phil for short. And it's a bit of a nod to the Philosopher's Stone. I think that's kind of clever. The Philosopher sounds good. We'll call him the Philosopher, sure. He's got that eye for talent. Turkstein instead of tungsten. Ayah. Let's save these bad boys up. So we are a collective consciousness, a mutualistic intelligence with a void hive and a natural neural network. The Gestalt consciousness, we are lithoids. So we replace food upkeep with mineral upkeep, which is good because a lot of things are going to use food, especially with the biological ship set. We're hive-minded wilderness. With crystallization, we're very, very strong, but we're also brittle, but we're also resilient. We're psychologically resilient, but we are inherently fragile. I really like that. That's very funny for a bunch of rocks. For a bunch of rocks that are collected through a hive mind. Gem Lord the Philosopher. Let's get right in here. We'll play on Admiral, on Iron Man. I think let's go for a large galaxy, though. The medium galaxy's been feeling too small. We'll do a 4-arm spiral. Everything else, I think I'm pretty much going to leave on as is. All of this is pretty much standard. I think we'll just leave on all of these guys as well. Even though some of them could be confusing, because like I don't think a Cybrex we could even, like if we found a ring world, I don't think we'd be able to inhabit it, but that's half the fun. Half the fun. Mac, hello. How's it doing down south? Are you enjoying losing a trade war against an island of penguins? Because we're adding that to the list of permanent things we get to make fun of America for now. For as long as memory, rock has been the planet rock. Every stem, tendril, and enzyme here is part of the self, a balance of growth, decay, and predation. For ages, rock could have only dimly perceived the galaxy beyond, yet the stars have been restless. A battle took place in the skies above rock. Great vessels rained debris upon its surface, alien artifacts that were quickly repurposed. Then came the super flare. Rock felt it as blinding, scorching light. Glaciers turned into raging torrents while stellar radiation scorched rock to the roots. An entire continent washed away. The pain awakened us. For the first time, we grasped our fragility. The galaxy is perilous, but it also holds wonders. Using what we've learned, we shall germinate and spread. We shall take ourselves to the stars. Now, I did have a rename here. The RS Rainbow Warrior. For our first science ship. This is a really cool looking galaxy. What are we inside of? Are we in a nebula? Oh man, we totally are. Look at this flare. This radiation. Caused by the system's star or due to being inside of a nebula. Beautiful. That's so pretty. We're in kind of like the center left. We're on the middle spiral here, which is always a bit of a tricky spot to be, but we got options. We got ways to go, ways to grow. Let's start looking around. Let's start building more science ships. Wow, what are we gonna want real early on? I do need to get lasers. Do I need to get them right away though? Not really. I'll take field modulation. We'll take bonus to unity. And geothermal fracking. Now, our planet is special because we operate on biomass instead of consumer goods, which is used for basically everything. Pliable biomass. Biomass brimming with potential, stored and maintained until it's needed. We have food drones. Photosymbiote drones, polanosymbiote drones, and grub symbiote drones. They burrow by vibration drawn only to the resonance of precious metals. We're in a donut of light. Shattering would be magnificent and deadly. It would be very pretty. Tamer symbionts. So we got planetary defense, forges, organic pop growth, amenities, a couple of researchers, and unity. The planetary root bundle. The cradle of rebirth. This is what creates biomass. So I think we need a lot of these guys. Smelting pool, avatar cradle, research unity, and you're like a trade job. So I think these cradles of rebirth are really what we need, because it needs food and biomass to make this. For now, I want to say we're probably a development-based wilderness. Okay. We got ourselves the Gem Lord. We got Edict Funds. We got Council Agenda Speed, Stability and Amenities, and Naval Capacity. Honestly, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. And the funny thing with our construction ships is it costs us a bunch extra if we want to build mining stations because we're a Void Hive. So really, our construction ships are just for building star bases. Which is maybe a bit of a weird choice. I'm going to do my best to just play on fast with no pause for this campaign. Where we can. You need another scientist. We can't afford him yet. But soon. Soon you will grow.
The unknown beckons.
A delicious donut of light. That anomaly is too big for us. Confirm the first material traces of intelligent life? Already? That seems fast. Leader experience, survey speed. Let's give you survey speed. Then we'll have him come out here right away. And I feel like going towards the center of the galaxy. We'll see how we feel about it. Let's get another science ship up and running. And then I guess another guy. Another scientisto.
System witness.
Okay. And we'll start our outposts going. So we'll send this guy up here and have him start looking around. Infinite opportunities. We'll start finding our voice to get some unity. And oh man, yeah, we really need food. We need a lot of food, so we should probably start just like buying food until we run out of trade goods.
Clarity spread.
Terraforming candidate, archaeological site. Good, good. Let's head down here. Here's another habitable planet for us as well. And there's a lot of nebulas. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of becoming nebula focused. This all connects down there, so why don't we go out this way a bit? Start looking for some choke points. So we can become a strong, independent planet who don't need no man. And so I guess it's as we get biomass, we work these jobs, because we don't have pop, right? Start discovering some new people.
Wild experience.
Let's get a Cradle of Rebirth going there. Where were those guys? They're up here. It's just void worms. And I want to say let's take expansion. Increases our terraforming speed, which is kind of important for us. Our growth nodes level up. Leader experience gains stability and amenities. So we are actually using amenities. I'm gonna take that feedback loop bonus.
System witnessed.
Okay, there's too much going on here. Cognitive node. Let's just take Spark of Genius for flat research. And so this guy's got feedback loop. Let's give you that extra leadership experience gain. And then one of our scientists has also gotten, we'll give him increased survey speed down here. My God, we are growing. We are cooking with gas right now. Let's get a second construction ship up and running here too.
Clarity spreads.
So that we can build as many star bases as possible. I want to grow. That's just void worms we're looking at. So only the bagel avatar, master of all pastries, could stop the donuts. Bug in the game that always makes empires spawn real close to you. There's a mod to remove clustered stars and spread empires more evenly throughout the galaxy. I've not noticed that as an issue at the moment. Oh, you guys are more aliens. Oh, you're real aliens. All right, well, definitely we need to move somebody up here then. Get this choke point up and running. Naval capacity. I mean, it's our Legion node. I don't mind him having a lot of naval capacity. You're on council speed. I'll give you extra edicts as well. Which. No, we don't really have any good edicts to take. We might as well take Fortify the Border right now.
Growth continues.
And then we should be able to colonize this world. And by colonize it, I mean terraform it into us. Our terraforming spores have fulfilled their purpose, delivering a part of ourself to colonize an alien world for the first time. Becoming Devassa as well as rock, we already feel so familiar. A comfortable way of being despite taking on so many forms under our once alien sun. We have adopted easily to the pre-existing conditions. Our superstructure's nutrients and our very DNA have begun adopting and mingling with the life. The planet is waking up. Cool. Oh man, there's also an alpine world here. Am I gonna have like enough biomass for everybody is the real question though. It's a very good question. In spirit! Hey. Hey. Thank you so much for 30 months.
Chance to learn.
Absolutely nuts. Absolutely bonkers. Muchly appreciated, my dude. Ooh, where are you going? You're going out there for the starbase. I need a little bit more influence on that. It's not a bug. Dev intentionally made single player start more hectic and difficult to make the game more replayable. Same thing with how the closest empires to you have conflicting ethos. I have noticed that very commonly. It feels like you often end up with a lot of conflicting ethoses.
A new chance to learn.
It's like every time you're peaceful, you're surrounded by warmongers. And every time you're warmongering, you're surrounded by like the most peaceful people imaginable. Add a random district upon colonizing a new world. Pop growth speed, starbase upkeep, empire size. Let's take that random district. A mind of many worlds. That's another planet up here. It do look like he is taking that though. So this is our choke point.
Growth continues.
Someone used a mining laser from orbit approximately 5,000 years ago to carve a large body of writing into the surface of this planet. The Tales of a Mercenary. I love that. You need food if you want to become a real planet. If you want to become a real boy. Honestly, let's finish this and then probably just start moving down here. We got to start finding our choices. We can pursue the Grand Archive. We might as well. It's good for us later on down the road. It don't never hurt. And we found a barren planet up here as well. Nice. GLaDOS, very menacing, right? Heard large carving body and you got all excited. Just nice, well-carved body. Nothing wrong with it. Get a little anomaly discovery chance. Let these guys get their anomalies going. Ah, man, this is a good system. A 7 energy star? This is a crazy good system. Can you imagine an arc furnace on a 7 energy star? That's busted. The new aliens. Man, I am really hurting on influence here more than anything else. How's our planet feeling? You can only build tendril cradles to make trade. You can make housing amenities, choir symphonies, and research growth. Housing and amenities are not something I need. Can I just make more cradles of rebirth? All I want is more biomass. Science ship missing while investigating a strange asteroid in Orbeb. Aw, man. Destroy the asteroid. This is obviously a Cthulhuid. Didn't really want my science slowed down so much. 100% on purpose for the longest time. Pacifist empires were considered a challenge mode. Wild how fast time passes and you get reminded by the numbers on your sub. I know. We had a couple of big 4-year subs the other day that really blew my mind. Oh, man. And this is such a good system. Damn, dude, he really beat me to that. So we have another planet. We are another planet, I suppose, is maybe the more accurate way to say that. How do we determine who works? It's used for constructing planetary buildings and terraforming new colonies. Current population 6. Stratum biomass. I mean, it's like we only have one person working each of these jobs. In a very confusing manner.
The void is not ours alone.
So many questions.
The wild
All right, finish surveying and then research that anomaly afterwards. We get geothermal fracking, mineral purification, 0G. Let's go with some carapaces. Armor is really good for our bio ships.
A new chance to learn.
Oh, our fleet needs to have 1,000 fleet power. Sweet Jesus. I didn't realize that. I'm also going to fix our ship designs probably very early on. Well, right now I suppose they're fine, but you know what? Let's just do this through the fleet manager. This also means that scientist is also just dead. So we might as well go hire a new one. He's not coming back anytime soon, that's for certain. That guy's the most toast. If I get it right, biomass is like unemployment until it goes into the drone category. It seems to be kind of like that case, right? Are there mods for Stellaris that make it less cartoony? I don't know. You could definitely make it full of like sexy anime waifus if that's what you're looking for. Is that more or less cartoony? Jury's out, right? Depends what kind of thing you're looking for. Void worms. 1,000 food for every void worm fleet destroyed. Or void worm research. I'm gonna take damage to void worms. Not that I necessarily need to be fighting them, but that's more goonery. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and judge you. You do you, baby. Total overhaul mods or just species mods? Yeah. Yeah, I guess like what about it is cartoony to you? Technology gained. Blue beams. Oh my god. That's incredible. I was going to research that anyway. Mostly because I need it for something else. You are my commander. You have hull and armor regen, which is so nice. Ship fire rate, ship weapon damage, sublight speed, and ship weapon range is also really good. Also, we're more likely to be fighting space fauna this early in the game, so... And my governor has leveled up. Who... I will give him Unity. Research your anomalies, survey your systems.
Growth continues.
All right, these guys are hostile to us. Can I just keep making these? I need more food. I also feel like probably I should build food jobs. An abandoned life pod giving us a handful of society research down here. Yeah, so I guess like here's the thing I'm thinking of is you have 59 biomass. You automatically got one of these jobs. Should I be making more food jobs? Planet size increase. Reabsorb the purified biomass we've gathered in order to grow our world. Oh, that's very fun. We'll move out here because we also have this colony I want to take. And I guess these guys are hostile to us, so I definitely need to make sure this becomes a starbase super ASAP. And then I feel like
System observed.
Oreb. Got some nice physics data down here of an orbital station.
Wild expanse.
You could definitely build a location here. And another Arctic world here. That's 4 Arctic worlds. Trying to kind of see where my choke points are
Wild expanse.
and be good about them.
A new chance to learn. The wild expanse.
Excellent. You could probably just make some gun batteries. Too much, too much. Too much, too much. Ship weapon range. Asteroid has a perfectly stable orbit. +2. As we're preparing land for future expansion on the Vassal, a large structure blinked into existence. Okay, we'll have to investigate that a little bit. And we got our Unity bonuses here. Basic fighter wings is pretty good. It's pretty good. I do want this pop growth speed. I do also, I feel like if I don't unlock basic fighter wings, we never ever end up getting them. Cheaper starbase influence is going to be pretty handy for us. I guess you might as well move out there. And we can just let our guys keep exploring. Keep growing. Keep building cradles of rebirth. Probably a photosynthesis field. Oh yeah, because we're wilderness, we can also build multiple things at a time. Some old spiraling attractions on this planet, giving us a bunch of extra research. Some infrastructure build speed. Some Unity buildings. If we build our fancy stuff. Our Grand Archive. I really like this void mode where we just automatically build all of our planets. Super duper handy. That one's kind of hard. That one's fun. The shimmering building is bending light and distorting light around it. Geothermal activity has detected a silicate mantle below, potential energy source that isolated structure but is fluctuating wildly. Its sealed exterior is composed of unfamiliar and highly reactive materials. Attempts to force entry into the structure only destabilize the electromagnetic fields further. Let's do external studies. Try to figure out what we can about it before we just like smash our face through it. Prepare your chappies. What are we missing here? Alloys, actually. Okay. I'm all right with that. Alloy ain't a bad thing to be missing. Do I want to colonize another world? That's a great question. I'm pretty low on biomass right now. Aha! We've met Frank's Fishy Feast Factory. Hegemonic Imperials. They are fanatically xenophobic and egalitarian. They are going to be dangerous. And we've also found an aluminum plaque. Begin the solar coordinates event chain. Sure, man. Oh, that's literally the other side of the galaxy. Well, never you mind. Maybe in due time we'll get down there. Close borders with these guys. Absolutely. And I think I am going to... Terrible relations, harm relations. I feel like a rival would be really nice against them. Stability Council agenda speed. What is our stability on our planets looking like? 77. Yeah, why don't we just become more stable? Better research. And you could become meticulous.
Evading hostile.
The Rainbow Warrior has been eaten by that false asteroid, who is now also attacking our other ships. God, that's really annoying because that's the choke point I need. Couldn't have activated at a worse time, honestly. We'll get some more expansion. Small Unity. Terraforming speed increase. Young colonies get planetary infrastructure build speed for 10 years. $500 biomass to build you. I think I have to be patient.
The wild experiments.
Because we can only grow so much at a time. And so waiting to ensure that we actually are prepared before we start up another colony seems to make more sense for me. Further study of the strange markings on the exterior of the alien structure. This is the one that keeps blinking in and out of existence. Revealed them to be an interface. The object is projecting a powerful cloaking field on the colony. We're able to stabilize it and expand the building's strange cloaking field to cover the entire valley. Basic cloaking field's 20%. Orbital bombardment damage and happiness is increased as well on the planet. Shouldn't happiness always just be like
The wild grows wiser.
full? If we're a hive
The
mind.
unknown beckons.
Survey speeds, anomalies. Research speed. But upkeep for embryo symbiotes. That's fine, actually, because we don't actually have... Most of our science comes from doing menial jobs. Lithoid monuments. Cost a lot of minerals to get rid of, but we also don't really use minerals for anything. Max districts, mass districts. You know what? We can do all of these right away. I wonder about getting rid of this threadway. And replacing it with something else. Molt gut, a think stem, singing cliffs, or a command bulb. Energy credits and food into Unity. You're my science one. Turns everything into research. I mean, that could be okay for us. And you turn minerals into alloys. Right now, alloys are a big thing we're missing. And I'm like swimming in amenities. And you're a 10 mineral planet. I feel like switching you to a molt gut is the way to go. Okay, we have better armor. Let's grab afterburners. Pirate treasure.
System witness.
Gotta love getting pirate treasure. There's a science ship down here not doing anything because it's too scared of these Cthulhuids. Which is a problem for me. What is going on down here? This guy is just got a really big system. He's trying to figure it out.
Old growth cleared for new life.
I suppose we can start reinforcing the fleet, and then we can deal with those Cthulhuids. You're going to get me more biomass. Biomass is what is slowing me down more than anything else. And I just noticed, like, these turned off when I had no biomass on this planet.
System witness.
So I truly think that biomass is life. It is all we need to survive.
For new life.
Cheap starbase update, and we get what, max districts on non-artificial planets only. Okay. Empire size from systems minus 50%. Mastery of nature +2 max districts. Empire size from planets -50 could be really good for us. Because I'm just thinking we get 200% from planets. Courier network minus 25%. I think that's the way to go. Don't count your planets. Our science symbiotes have discovered something rather monstrous. The mountain range they scanned earlier was actually a giant egg. It's uncertain what the behemoth could lay such an egg and what horror would hatch from it. Ooh, +4. Or crack it open? Man, I'm gonna crack it open. Crack that egg. You guys turn food into amenities and biomass. Okay. I'm like, I just want more biomass. This seems to be the only way I can make biomass. Another savanna world down here too.
How curious.
Survey that and then research. Ship weapon damage and sublight speed. That's fantastic. And our regulatory node. Stability, edict funds. Council agenda and edict upkeep. I guess having some extra edict funds will eventually be useful to us. Not that it really is right now, but throw in a little leader experience gain here as well. Why not? And then honestly, I think I need the alloys to build star bases. Oh, sick. A 24 ocean world and a 24 Arctic world. Yo, okay. If we can actually lock down this space.
Vessels strengthened.
730. This guy's only 846. We're almost big enough to take this guy out. Part of me is maybe thinking we do. Detected the presence of a pre-FTL faction in here. In here? I mean, they're all going to become goop anyway. Just everybody becomes biomass. What do we use as currency on a planet? I got to assume rocks is the answer to that.
New chance to learn.
I feel like everything is just rocks, right? The more rocks, the merrier. Do you have enough biomass to be working brood symbiotes? It's confusing to me because it says like, oh, well, there's only one job here. Oh, but this says there's 400 of them, so. Monthly organic pop growth. I suppose. Yeah, that does sort of make sense. Badly damaged military vessel bearing elaborate alien insignia encircles this planet. Ship has suffered a heavy incendiary attack, which has melted its hull, leaving no survivors aboard. No weapons known to us today can produce temperatures high enough to cause such an effect. Perhaps the ship's logs may shed some light. Well, yeah, okay.
Horizons widen.
Can absolutely look into that. Here's our basic fighter wings. Aggressive time killer. Thank you so much for the primer. Coming back for the second month. I have not scared you off. I like to hear that. Always good news. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like using meat as currency. Maybe biogoo is currency. I mean, I guess the biogoo is currency. Shoot. All right, so there's another faction here now. Do I have two things in here? Oh, I do. This is all the more reason I have to get back here and take this. The Rubricator. We must have the Rubricator. We need it. I mean, terraforming speed seems kind of important for us. I know that's also like colonization, but... Aha. Oh, it created another spot here. Another entrance point. Okay, I'm going to keep reinforcing this fleet if this is the case. And I do want to stop auto-generating these designs because I think I just want like this. Oh, we're still waiting on some stuff, actually. For now, daily shield regen, daily armor regen, and hull points. Yeah, so I think the armor is better for these ships because they produce hull as well, and they give you this daily armor regen. It seems like it is just a stronger choice. Sublight speed. Evasion chance. Let's give you double energy bursters here as well on you. And I'll call these suppressors. And you are swarmers. Want to get like ahead of fleet building for once. Feel a little bit better about how our armies are. Okay, I definitely need this spot if this is the case. Primordial soup, giving us some more research down here. You keep doing your thing. You keep doing your thing. You can grab that anomaly. New archaeological sites. And a new tradition. Great question. We do get to take purity later. Leader lifespan. Better building speed. Better points, starting age, empire size. So I mean, synchronicity gives us a bunch of good leader bonuses as well. But so much of this is also like empire size from pops, which is effectively not going to be a problem for us ever. Unyielding would make good sense for us later down the road. Maybe prosperity next. Housing, upkeep from jobs, resources, infrastructure, speed, and build cost. The infrastructure cost could be like just valuable to have. I suppose aptitude is the real leader bonuses you want. Adaptability gives us a bit more habitability, max districts, terraforming speed, defensive army damage. So adaptability probably good. Prosperity, aptitude, supremacy is always great. Unyielding, purity. And then maybe we have like one more to play around with depending on how the game goes. Let's go prosperity right now. Get some of that going. Missing auxiliaries on the suppressors. I only have reactor boosters and I don't really need them right now. I mean, I guess we can put them in there. We'll put afterburners on is what we'll end up doing. Because on these tiny ships, they're so valuable. Really? Well, that was unexpected. This guy's going to war with me already. And he's got a fleet of 2,000. He's got 40 corvettes. He wants to vassalize me. We're missing a war goal. We do not have a subjugation cast a spell eye on him. How big is his army strength? 389. Part of me wonders, is it even going to be possible for him to take a planet of mine? Pre-sapient horde. Fierce creatures possessed of just enough cunning and raw stamina to ensure the savage destruction of any they regard as foes. Collateral damage 500. Is this the only thing I can do for an army? Yikes. Asteroid collisions. Well, I doubt I'm gonna get in here in time.
Clarity spreads.
He's got another 2,000. God damn it. That's like the moment they came in, I got locked into combat.
Shelter lost.
Well, you got to get out of here, dudes. That's insane. That's so many. I know that that's like what this guy does best. Because he's got catalytic technicians. But that's a crazy amount of troops. I'm probably going to have to get vassalized here. I'm not really seeing a lot of other likely possibilities. Savannah World. I guess let's, you need food. How long are these guys? I mean, I think my world just got rocked. Would be more accurate. We'll see how we do. Great news is that we didn't like lose any ships, but
The wild grows
like if he's
wiser.
got 4,000 troops, I don't think I have any way other than taking vassalization here. We should be able to break out of it later. Theoretically. Yeah, I guess let's go mining subsidies.
Shelter being ravaged.
I mean, he does have to take my planets, which is complicated in its own right. I'm gonna try to keep buying food here. So I'm actually realizing like I'm pretty low on food. I'm doing good on biomass right now, but I'm starting to slow down a lot on food. Now, of course, our guys eat rocks, but we still need food. You are a heart world. Every facet of this world hums with symbiotic life. Gathered in such vast numbers, they constitute a living stellar body. Yeah, you aren't really decided on anything yet. Currently, you are just a biomass world.
Growth continues.
Well, we'll see what they come up with. Hopefully they don't beat us up too badly here. Surrender would be better before they devastate the planet. Yeah.
A new voice calls out in the darkness.
I'm going to do Cthulhuid study as well here. Yeah, honestly, I might just surrender. They're coming straight into my home planet right now with all 4,000 of those. We're going to have to. We gonna have to. I don't really foresee a better way around that. If you're gonna get smoked anyway, yeah, exactly, right? I like exploring too much in Stellaris. I end up always in a bad spot. Certainly been there. It's okay. I'm gonna be able to build up and get out of this afterwards. It's just that, like, he caught me with 4,000 fleet strength when I had less than 1,000 and was trying to deal with a Cthulhuid. Borders are opened. Archaeological sites. Let us get these guys fully reinforced and healed.
A new chance to learn.
I'm not allowed to build new outposts. Are you kidding me? That's under my vassalization with them? Must pay an influence ties to the overlord when we build an outpost. Terms expansion. Oh, man. Limited diplomacy, restricted voting. Obviously, integration permitted, I don't want to take. I could pay more influence. That's not really an issue. What if I gave you more of that? Currently, you're 75. That's 80. Oh, what if I did that? That's 85. That doesn't make any sense. How is me giving you more? How is that? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. We also can't propose a new agreement for 55 months. My God. Can you become a vassal in the game? Yeah, you can start as one. Yeah. Kind of vassal are we? The cute kind? Accurate, I would say.
Vessels adapted.
Afterburners. Afterburners.
Clarity spreads.
We could be sort of peaceful with them. You're looking into that. You're exploring that. Oh, I don't like not being able to expand into this system right now. So I'm going to have to build a starport down here in the meantime. Buy more food. Give me my last Cradle of Rebirth here. I can't believe an Overlord garrison. Oh, so does he have armies on these as well? We find some gray goo and some nanite sludge. Gotta love that. If we make subject conflict to none, would he agree to permit it? I mean, I can't do anything in the meantime right now anyway. Just because I have to wait like X number of turns before we can even propose an agreement change. Hi-ya-ya-ya-ya-ya-ya. What a kick in the teeth, man. It'll slow our roll a little bit at least, but just such a surprise. So you're going to grab a gun battery and a hangar bay. I guess let's replace one of these with a hangar bay. Six star bases.
System
1, 2, 3. So, I mean, we could like upgrade this star base for sure.
The unknown beckons.
Why does this guy, he keeps building buildings and then like replacing them immediately with other buildings?
Clarity spreads.
Sugar. Ah, they got the they got in there. They cleared out the Cthulhuids there. Which means if we can't get in there very, very soon, we're going to be in some trouble. All right, we do have bonuses to colonization right now, so I feel like now is the time to pop down more of these worlds. Or at least the next 10 years is the time to pop down more of these worlds. Survey, research. Find out as much as we can. Covert operations in their territory is a very good idea, actually. Yeah. Have problems with the fish stick people in the last run as well. Yeah, they were on our border in the last campaign. Giving us issue. Giving us grief. They are a very, like, hostile empire. I designed them to, like when the ocean DLC first came out, these guys were just designed to make as many ships as quickly as possible. And surprise, surprise, that's exactly what they did. I just didn't think they were going to quite overwhelm us that fast. Okay, this is hilarious. This is totally glitched out. He builds a building and then he immediately replaces it with a new building in both of these locations. So curious. So I don't want to run deficits. I do need more alloys. I'm only making 15 biomass. So slow making biomass. $25 more months. Glacial Labs, egalitarian, xenophobic, and materialist. Dude, I am surrounded by xenophobes. Ah, these are the guys on this side. Great. Okay. They are one section off taking this. Not good. Not good. Not good.
The unknown beckons.
If I lose that choke point, I'm just in... I feel like we're buckled if we lose that choke point. What does it cost to become independent again? There must be an influence cost to declaring war on your suzerain. I mean, you can request it. And they might do it. You can also declare war for independence. And just hope for the best. Obviously, unless I build a lot of defensive platforms, that ain't gonna happen. I guess they might as well be these. The shield's even worth it? I don't think they are, man. I really, truly don't think they are. Like, speed on a defensive platform does not matter to me. I think they're just all about armor. And we'll build in whatever we can.
Wild grows wiser.
Certainly not a fan of these fishies. No, sir. I guess the basic combat rules has good use. This will please them and increase our influence if we return the minerals to Frank's Fishy Feast factory, or we can get intel on them, but it will displease them. Well, currently I need intel on them, so I'm gonna take that.
We have a situation.
And you got a giant skeleton down here. You are one of my new planets. Why do you have such low stability? Because I have no biomass? Because my biomass is not working any of these jobs? There we go. Yeah. That's exactly what it was. More biomass. Give them back their rocks. I just wanted the intel. At least these defensive platforms don't require it. But there's lots of nice stuff down here. Not much in like the way of planets, but what are you doing? You're just sitting around doing nothing. Have you survey a bit? See what you can come up with. And we are literally full on energy. Wow. I guess we'll sell off a big chunk of that. I might even start buying some alloys if I
System observed.
have the money for it. All right, we get better maulers. Planetary Root Complex. That feels like a good idea. Yes, sir, it does. Let's upgrade to like our base building. Honestly, if I can just build up these defensive platforms, which is looking pretty positive, I might just be able to declare war on them really early and then get the heck out of here. Crack the egg. Nobody's been there cracking eggs. Perhaps phlegm as a word is such a cracked spelling as a kid. Oh, absolutely it is. Hire an official. I guess I could also improve relationships with these guys for the meantime. I should have 2 more officials is what I should be doing right now. Leader lifespan, leader lifespan. Infrastructure build speed and upkeep. I mean, yeah, okay. Might as well have them rocking. All of our different planets. Build a communal biome. Have 7,000 pops. Is that even possible? I feel like no. Oh, these alloys are very expensive to buy on the daily. But I'm going to risk that. Okay, so I need 500 biomass. Let's save up until we have that, because we have the bonuses to colonizing right now.
We have a situation.
And then we just keep hoping. You got yourself a nice little level up here. We're going to give you Explorer. Whoop. I don't know what you guys were, but we didn't like them apparently. How is our espionage going? Embed planetary routes. Cease activity within the spy network allowing... Oh, that's cool. The idea that we can just like sneak in other things here. I'm going to try to just gather information on these guys right now. So far, this is looking like pretty good down here. All right, so here's the big question. Can I negotiate the agreement to say expansion permitted? Expansion regulated? Oh, that would do it. All I have to say is you don't have to come to my offense. Ever. I'm going to take that right now. I'm still building up this starbase, so... Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, that's going to help us out so much. That'll be so good. Nerd, hello! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our rocky little empire. How are you doing, my dude? Welcome on in. Come on in. You were playing Captain Blood. Dude, what is Captain Blood? That sounds bizarre as heck. I know you were playing a little Warhammer earlier.
The wild experiments.
We are playing as a rock planet right now. It's been a very bizarre experience. We've been vassalized by the first people we met, the Fishy Feast Factory up here to the north. They came steamrolling in with this massive 4,000 point fleet. And so we're trying to build up a bulwark up here on our choke point so that when we decide to go to war with them and kick them out, that we can actually manage to do it. But it's been good. We're playing as a rock-based wilderness. So we are the wilderness hive mind, but we are all about being just giant rock people, basically. We are the Philosopher's Stone. We're a void hive with a natural neural network. And I'm kind of trying to figure out like how all the biomass stuff works. We're actually getting ready to colonize another planet here. Chewing through biomass every single second and trying to grow out as much as we can in every direction. So Captain Blood is a game that started development in 2003 and got released this month. Took 20 years to develop. Dude, I gotta look this up. Was it good or was it like, oof, that could use another 20 years? A pirate-themed action game. Yo. I am always talking about how all pirate games are not good and they never do what you want them to do. This is like a hack and slash pirate game. Tell me about it. Tell me more. Chat, what did you think about it? It was decent. Basically, you make a couple biomass buildings constantly on the first couple of planets. That's pretty much what I've been doing because it seems like biomass is our biggest choke point all the time. So we have this planet is literally 5 biomass buildings. This guy's got 4. And then we just started a new planet for us to get more biomass on. And get biomass we shall. I suppose, why don't we crack that giant egg? And then I'm going to just keep grabbing systems. Trying to figure out whether or not this is a dead end down here. You know what? Let's have him survey this and then survey that. Low stockpile on trade. That's fine. I don't need to keep buying these alloys. Tanking our alloys. I'll get this mining station outpost. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. So that's our defenses there. Terraforming speed, clear blocker speed. Yeah, we'll take that. Archaeology or research speed and alternatives would be super useful. Love that. Decent, wasn't too bad. The audio levels were farts. Okay. An old Xbox 360 era action pirate game. All right, okay. So is what it is, basically. You're getting what you expect out of it. You want to start in Stellaris, but there's so much DLC? Just get the subscription. It's $10, and you'll probably play Stellaris for 2 months before you're like, okay, cool, that's enough Stellaris for me for now. And then you'll want to go off and do something else. Low stability, that'll fix in a second. Don't gotta worry about you at all. Something we've noticed with the overworlds is that they seem to be very broken and they will just build a building slot and then immediately build something else over it. They don't seem to understand how to deal with wilderness planets. Which I'm perfectly okay with. Is that what I wanted there? I guess. I suppose. Wait till summer sale to buy Paradox DLC. Yeah. I think that's also like a very fair option. Ooh. A ruined arc furnace. Okay, I need to know basically, is there another system that goes off of there? And I don't think there is. You are gonna get efficient builder, and you are resources from jobs. Absolutely. This guy's got himself another starbase. So I think I'm gonna build a starbase here. That is a choke point. Okay. So if I decide to grow down here, this drops into a whole other sector.
A new chance to learn.
Ooh, I am losing food. Build, 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 build. Build, 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 build. I need biomass working these jobs. See, I feel like I should be making a lot more than 10 based on how many of these cradles we have. But I guess we just chugged things down a lot by making so many extra jobs. Subscription for every content piece of Stellaris? Yeah. You literally, it's $10. I can't recommend it enough. Please don't bankrupt my food. Oh! Everything is like doom spiraling right now because I built too many jobs. And so all my biomass is trying to get sucked into my economies. Yeah, like you can see, this guy is not making either of these jobs. None of these jobs. Nobody is working on my home planet. I don't have anybody working jobs here. This is the weird, confusing part about biomass, is because basically biomass is unemployed population. I'm going to have you explore that, but then I'm going to have you move back and do this, this, and this. I'm going to have you do that. And I guess we're going to see how we go here. I am losing unity per month. I don't even know how that's possible. My leaders are consuming. I guess it's just that we're not making any because of all the bio shenanigans. So funny. A junk ball. Do we have the borders closed with these guys? I feel like... Right, we're not in charge of that. Okay, my star hold here is 4.2. Which would lead me to believe that with my fleet, I could probably decide to deal with him. One of you guys should get growth glands. Growth gland. Afterburners. Ceramo. Upgrade those so we can get the growth glands going. Then keep cruising. Might because the Overlord Holdings buildings create jobs that don't work with the wilderness planets, because how are you going to staff research jobs as a mountain? Oh, you might actually be very correct there. There is no population. Ergo, how are they going to work those jobs? Damn, dude, I didn't even think about that.
Vessels strengthened.
All right, you guys are at 1.4. You're very confused on what this is meant to be. I can have a few more in here, but I would like to get the fleet up here into point. Actually, I don't even have the naval capacity for this right now, so
Growth continues.
I think I'm just gonna let them be. Okay.
System witnessed.
Okay. You're gonna get into position. And then I think I'm gonna break free of these dweebs.
Not ours alone.
We got 5.6 here.
The path is laid.
Can I? Here's a great question. If I was to go into my edicts, can I like fortify the border? I already have fortify the border on. Am I making any special stuff? Rare crystals we have a little bit of. I could slap on focusing crystals. Considering that all of these defensive platforms are just full of lasers, that might be the way to do it. Wilderness Origin grants your starting species unique starting advantages and traits, but doesn't directly provide additional jobs or bonuses to your Overlord. Overlord holdings on planetary buildings that you can build on planets you control. They provide various effects, etc., etc. Right? Yeah, yeah. It's a classic paradox flub. All right, let's get out of this war then. So request independence would be -50. Declare war, I could say independence versus unknown war goal.
They shall know the wrath of the wild.
I mean, dudes, what the hell else am I going to do here? Gotta give it a try. It does seem like we have like rebuilt our biomass jobs, which is good to see. You feel like you'd be a pretty good energy planet. And you'd be a good farming planet. So why don't I just actually set you guys to say like, you're a pollinating planet. You're a photosynthesis planet. This guy's probably going to end up being like a tech world. Though there is an argument to make that we don't need tech worlds, actually. I could have you be like a Unity world. I don't hate that idea. Perhaps. Perhaps. And then I actually have like a ton of stuff for specializations here. So if you are... Oh, interesting. You don't really get... You can't build specialization districts for these specific guys. Harmonic cores... Acquire symbiont jobs. These guys just kind of do a little of everything. Threadway, command bulb. This is Veladoon. Huh. And they get Unity. This seems like a way better... You technically get more jobs out of this because you get Unity jobs. 40, 60, 80, 100 versus this, which gets 90. I guess I could give you trade. And if you're a farming world, I don't know, man, a harmonic core, why not? Yeah, I was trying to find jobs for that holding, but can't, so it cycles through holdings even though none of them are going to work. Yeah, yeah. I mean, very clearly a bug considering the way it's operating right now. Alien vessels. You guys are crystals. Okay. A galactic omelet. The insides of the giant egg were not what we expected. Instead of some infant titanic life form, we simply uncovered genetic slop. What this material would have become is unclear, but our galaxy is probably safer not knowing. +8 society research there. That's fantastic. This guy's a decent scientist now. I feel like maybe I'll just have him run around and grab all these anomalies. Though there's also a part of me that thinks about... I don't have an extra scientist slot. I don't really have like an architect yet. Archaeologist, I mean. All right, well, we'll just keep filling out the planets here in the meantime. And if I could afford you, I'd need more alloys to do it, but...
New knowledge blue.
We'll start thinking about grabbing some more alloys. Sheer cost of the DLC is the biggest problem I have with Paradox games. Yeah. That's why, honestly, I really quite like the subscription model they've started putting in. It makes sense. It works well. Oh, I just don't have these specializations. I have to, I guess, unlock them. Only Paradox game that has truly soured me on the DLC model is Hoi. Yeah. Ubisoft's model is terrible too. I mean, I guess I feel like with most of the Assassin's Creed games, you just don't really need any of the DLC. It's sort of how I think about most of that.
Danger inbound.
3,600. Did you guys get your growth glands in? Yeah, you did. So they're trying to grow up and glow up. Hey, homie, stop being allowed to build things here. Okay, see how we hold here. I mean, we definitely outnumber them. We have a ton of defensive platforms. The question is really, can I get through all of their shields? That seems pretty positive. What's this homie doing? If you go do that after.
Predators spotted.
Guess you didn't expect me to win that fight. Okay, so 7,000 pops. I literally don't think that we can do that one. I'm going to replace it. Build a mining station. Use a construction ship to build a mining station. That's kind of annoying. But I can do that. I just have to... It's going to cost me a bunch of unity.
A new chance to learn.
That was a big win, though. Nebula refinery, crystal mines, crystal bed. Oh, produces crystals, produces gas. Are we making gems right now? Wow, we have some of them here. I think let's get some engines, though, for our ships. We just knocked off half of his fleet, so as long as we just hold this line, he shouldn't be able to move in. Keyword shouldn't. Nothing can beat Train Simulator, their 30,000 DLC. Boy, Total War comes pretty close. If I may say so. If I may be so bold as to say. Crushed them. Let's go, fleet defense. We'll rebuild these guys. I do have automated repair systems here, so like I will just keep healing as long as I am floating around. And then I kind of think that we need to start building these star bases. Automated shipyard. Sure. Why not? Why not? We're learning. Total War Warhammer would release more DLC. One every 8 months is too slow. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather them do the job and do a good job with their work. Another 7K pops. This is really annoying. I cannot have any more pups, Captain. I just can't do it. I suppose I could keep building cradles. That's probably the best use of my biomass. Hey, Arrakis? Are you a desert planet? Dude, what is this planet? Do you see this? There is a planet inside of this planet. How is this habitable? I've never seen this. This is cool as hell. I like that this is a place that I can take, and also it somehow doesn't have a modifier on it, as if this is just a naturally forming phenomenon. I can't wait to live on that planet / be that planet. Could be no DLC and just hyenas. Yeah, I guess things could always be worse. You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. And you, sir, are right. 5,000 troops are now coming in. That might be a bit more of a threat.
Clarity spreads.
I guess let's move the fleet back a little bit. Oh, you're missing a platform now. Oh, that's not going to get built in time. 1,000, 4,000, 5,000. I mean, I'm still like equal on him. Is he coming right into me though? Yeah, he is. Oof, big influence costs to get stations down here.
The canopy is under attack.
Okay, you guys get involved now as well. This is feeling okay. We're losing a lot of ships, but
Clarity spreads.
ultimately it's like the defensive platforms are the kind of the top priority here. And I need to buy like so many more of them. You can actually sell another 100 energy credits, and I could probably sell off 100 of these minerals a turn, which leads me to believe I could probably at least be buying 10 alloys.
The wild expands.
So I'm gonna have you. What are you doing? Research that anomaly. I'd like you to get that debris afterwards and then research. We lost 2 defensive platforms and 1 mauler. He lost 17 corvettes. Is it better? Is it worse? It's hard to say. This homie is done. So we'll have you survey that and then go research and survey. You're going to hit that, and then I think you're going to have to start surveying out here. This is a huge continental world, so I'd also like to probably make this a starport. Though it might not be for right now. Our Legion node. Ship build speed, army build speed, army cost, starbase upgrade cost. We'll go for starbases. And our regulatory node, diplomatic influence, code breaking, and encryption. I'll take code breaking and encryption. Might not be habitable for long. How baby planets are born. That is how baby planets are born. We were just talking about that earlier. 2 litho mommies making a little litho planet. Oh, so cute. So adorable. I think maybe I should bring these guys back to heal. Oh, they could just repair here on this station? Oh god, they're glitching out really bad. Yeah. Turns out the answer to that is yes, they can just repair there. All right, we're really having a bit of an influence game here right now. But I think that's okay. How is our espionage here doing? You know what? I guess let's just like keep knowledge. We've successfully reawakened a dormant cradle surrounding this planet. The ancient organic structure trembled as a long idle bioforge surged to life, hastily completing the growth cycle of 3 war forms, each with an unknown yet eerily sophisticated design. The strain of the rebirth provided too much for the organism, which collapsed. Its neural core withered and dissolved into biomass. But we get 3 new raider ships. All right, well, dudes, join the gang, I guess. Why the heck not? Cradle of Rebirth. More biomass. I just gotta keep building biomass buildings. They're clearly the answer to everything, so. Your planets will eat these canned sardines and you will like them. What are we at here now? 4.5? Get another defensive platform. Good reason to maybe start focusing on some more aggressive techs. You want me to watch a moon? I'll watch a moon. I'll observe a moon impact. Why not? You know what? I think we could probably buy even more alloys than this. We're making pretty good cash right now.
Horizons widened.
Planetary root complexes. Allows terraforming of all standard planet classes. Well, obviously that seems kind of useful for us. Naval capacity, though, is sort of super important right now, so I'm going to have to go with that first. We're playing Lithoids all this time. I've not been paying attention. Thought we were playing as legally distinct Tyranids. That was our last campaign that exploded on us. That one did pretty well. It's just that we overexpanded. The classic, my classic favorite blunder to make. The constant overexpansion. 37. How much is it for you to make? 101. I guess because technically I am still overlorded by this guy, it's really expensive for me to build outposts. No, I haven't figured out who these guys are either. One step at a time. We got a fancy cenotaph display.
System witnessed.
Okay, most of this is now explored at least. Research that. You should survey that guy first. Closer scan of the debris around Arrakis led to a discovery of an airtight capsule. We'll keep an eye on it. I can't wait to see what happens when we look at that planet. Oh, and all of these guys are ready to upgrade, which would give me a lot more jobs. Obviously, I'd like to just make more cradles, but... All right, that fleet is pretty chunky now. We got a pretty chunky looking beast in here. Chemical digester, research alternatives, molecular disruptor. This is what we want. This is like the key for bioships. Sounds like somebody is drilling into my house right now, and I was like, what was that? Brief moment of panic. A massive crater on Eldrak appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. Sounds good to me. Then I guess ideally getting this ruined arc furnace would be what I'd want. So maybe we go there after. You guys still don't really have a good job here for me.
The wild experiment.
These guys are clearly just trying to expand down here so they can cut me off at this location. I see what's happening. I see what you're doing. There's another desert world out there, though. Maybe that choke point goes further in. That's a 25 size continental world, though, so...
A path must be chosen.
Here we go. Finally, internet opportunities? Infinite opportunities?
The unknown beckons.
You guys have picked up this, which is great. Those are crystal shards. I don't know.
Clarity.
Oh, these guys are also just crystal shards. All right, that's not too bad. We got Adacaria as precursors. That's kind of a bummer. That's just like storm chasers. You guys ready to let me achieve my war goals yet?
The wild experiments.
Probably not. Probably not. +3 there, and we get some sort of weird octopus creature. This is a great one. Costs you 4% energy, but gives you just 4% energy from jobs. Literally pays for itself. Bengalian Trillium. More guys. We'll meet these crystals as well.
Horizons.
You are being biomassed. Do not resist. I mean, okay, so we have pre-FTL civilizations. I don't know at what level. Crude huts, so not complicated. Primitive dwellings and stone palaces, not complicated. So these guys are going to just become biomass. I hate to tell them, but they're just going to become biomass. I do want plasteel carapace, but I kind of desperately feel like we need star holds right now. As I am star holding out. That we don't get squished. $188. Or maybe let's go for Lem first. Trying to get up all my choke points. All districts provide additional housing. That does not appear to be a problem for us right now, so we'll take on infrastructure upkeep
Chance to learn.
for the meantime, and then we'll just build more and more cradles. More and more and more and more cradles. An alien barracks up here in Altair.
We have a situation.
All right, you can do that right away. Some extreme storms.
The wild grows wiser.
So, okay, you... I don't know. You can come down after this. Savannah Worlds. The alien barracks.
The roots of wisdom deep.
Nice. Gives us expertise military theory. Oh, that's fantastic. On one of our nodes, our cognitive node. Just like a permanent stat increase. Terraforming speed, planetary infrastructure costs. These are all good. Elder Maulers are good. Mature Weavers are good. Pop growth speed is very good. So we're gonna go with that. From compost to compost, biomass to biomass. Praise the stoners. These guys are big. They're so big already. I don't like how big they are. It's getting me scared. Oh, wow. This is, damn, dude. These guys are also on my other side here. They've come down all the way and are trying to take this section. A source of unusual energy readings from Yilon 5, a small blue orb. Symbols are carved into the ground around the object, perhaps placed there by an older civilization. Unclear on whether they're meant as an instruction or a warning. Seems to be related to the measuring of time and the relative positions of celestial objects. Study the orb. Ponder the orb. We brushed against the blue orb and received a vision of time stretching out like a river into the infinite future and past. In front of her, blue energy arced out of the time stream and was absorbed by her body. The incident was accurately measured by other scientists to span less than a second. She experienced it for more than an hour. After the vision ended, we were certain that time would no longer affect them. With an infinite lifetime ahead, we could use their endless time to explore the universe. You have destructive. I'm going to give you safe travels. And I'm going to let you explore the universe on your own. Gifted but arrested development. Adaptable. I need an archaeologist. But it looks like I can actually hire one additional scientist right now. So we're just going to hire this guy and we're going to give him a new ship. And we're going to make him our archaeologist. And that'll be perfect. Once we have these molecular disruptors, I can rebuild most of these guys.
A new voice calls out to the darkness.
All right, and we now know what these guys are now. Sapphire Lurkers. No! 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 All right, well, Limb is our choke point then. So we lose the arc furnace and we lose this archaeological site, but we do at least keep the choke points. It's not the worst.
Predators spotted.
Uh-oh. Another 2,000 coming at us. Looks like he's going to try to break our choke point again. 5,000 coming at us. Oh, they're coming in waves.
The wild expanse.
Ooh, dummied. They didn't last at all. Okay, and so we have this guy in here as well. So let's just have him start working on sites. You're going to survey, survey, survey. You got this starbase up and running. So I guess let's just start moving up that way. And I'm going to turn this guy on. I guess I'd rather him come like down here. And we'll have him go like survey, survey, survey. Now everybody's got a job.
The void is not ours alone.
That gets to be choke pointed. And we'll start thinking about building this up, but we have a little bit of time before these guys get too far in.
System witness.
And honestly, we're at 96%, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. You guys are all repaired. More archaeological sites. Ancient mining drones. Oh, here's the caravan down here. This is the loot box caravan. Honestly, I think I'm going to get these places first just because they have better resources in them. And I am starting to kill my trade deficits.
A call from the stars.
So why don't we chill out a little bit on that? Peace offer. Status quo. All participating vassals become independent. I mean, yeah. That's all I really wanted. I don't need to necessarily humiliate him. We could sell like a little bit less on that. So I do also have some more debris up here, which I'm realizing I probably should go actually research before we excavate this site.
منكدير سبلسور.
These guys have closed borders with us, so I think we
منكدير سبلسور.
pay them back and close borders with them. And we'll start working on the rest of those star bases after. Don't think I'll ever be good enough to play this game at max difficulty. We're one under max, and I mean it's tricky. Playing on Grand Admiral is it just feels like you're kind of trying to abuse most of the mechanics. Excuse me, Bunkerbot. I need more cradles. Traced unusual electromagnetic radiation from this planet. A mega computer the size of a battleship. Monthly engineering. Or a ton of Unity. I don't really need engineering that much. Let it continue its mysterious calculations. Resources from jobs, 5%. That should be nice. That should hopefully give us some good play. Honestly, dudes, we might even be able to expand again down here. I'm kind of hoping it's the case. Lithoid Wilderness, it's interesting. Are you impacted by the power lithoid growth with however biomass works? The lower lithoid growth. I don't know. We did take, what do you call it? Crystallization. So we do produce additional pop growth.
vessels adapted.
But whether or not that's paying off in our favor is still completely TBD. Wonder if I shouldn't remove these raiders from this fleet. These guys could become like a little trade fleet or something like that.
Debris inspected.
And then we can just like sit, hang around that planet. Glacial Labs has declared a rivalry, so let's also declare a rivalry with them. And can I declare a rivalry with you? No. Why not? Domineering.
منكدير سبلسور.
I guess we better get a spy network over here. I don't have enough influence right now because we're trying to grow too much. But that rivalry should help us out a little bit, so my god. Grand Admiral is only really playable if you really like cheese. Yeah. Tends to evolve into abuses, not as much fun. Buff the crisis, leave the difficulty alone. That's, I think, a fair way to do it. Won your first campaign on normal the other day on Total War. Usually you play on easy. Look, man, there is, I think it's about like what do you want in terms of the experience? Like, because for me it's playing on too easy difficulty just feels boring. But then playing on like the super insanely high difficulty feels like you're just you're playing I don't know, how would I phrase this? You're less so playing the game as you are playing the mechanics. It's the way it starts to feel. What do we want in here? We do have some pretty good stuff for a Grand Archive. Yeah, you know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. And this fleet manager could actually add in 2 more of you guys. Right? And then once we get these disruptors, we'll be ready to rock. We'll be all ready to boogie. 2,000 on Sapphires. So I do have a problem. These guys have just declared danger zone on me. That's the technical term. So I'm gonna buy a ton of food. And I need to start building up both of these stations. Translate alien mural. Because he's probably going to be the next guy who decides to attack me, and I have no idea what his army is like. This guy is out here discovering anomalies. Give him some improved survey speed as well. This science ship is just vibing. Can I just turn you on automate? Yeah, I love it. He's going to go all the way up here instead of like here. Here you go, buddy. Now you got a plan. This is a dead end. Oh man, this is also a dead end. This might actually be all my space. If the caravan is down there. Translated the alien mural. Oh man, we got some good potential stuff down there.
Clarity spreads.
Played as Grombrittle. Oh, nice, nice. Love a good Dowie. You'll never hear a complaint about them in this chat. All right, we're going to fill out all this space first. And we'll start building those. And we'll keep building these. And it'll all be good and gravy. These are neither of the traits I wanted you to get. Especially as my archaeologist. This is extremely annoying. I guess anomaly research could be good on him, but...
System witness.
yeah.
A new chance to learn. Horizons widened.
Desert world. I mean, that's good for us. I don't love the idea of my choke point being so far out, but... FTL inhibitors. Okay, so we just got the upgrades for these. And the reason we want molecular disruptors is they have shield and armor pen, and mandibles have shield pen. They do armor damage and hull damage, but it basically means that shields are no longer a consideration for us. If the computer has shields, it just becomes a totally wasted space on it. We'll also give you guys that. And then... suppressor support. Chance to hit. Evasion chance. Suppressor support. There actually is like no difference on these. You're technically a suppressor. Which reduces evasion chance to sublight speed. You guys are definitely a swarm. Ironically enough, what I think I want is... a support version of these guys. And have them rather than the suppressors. And that's good. They also all have like just enough. These defensive platforms. Range 20, range 60, range 40, range 75. Do I fill my defensive platforms with molecular disruptors? The problem I have with that is I like that these guys are able to target someone as they enter the system. I guess I could just keep them on lasers because of the assumption if I have all disruptors, they're probably going to stop building shields. I think I'll just leave them as is for right now. Are we going to go Behemoth Fury? I'm gutted that Wilderness couldn't use it during your Wilderness campaign. I wasn't planning to. I don't really know quite what we're going to go for the Purity Ascension. But other than that, I'm not sure where quite we'll go for the end game. It sort of depends on how the world evolves, how the universe evolves, really. Cradle of Rebirth. Bone Garrison. Yeah. Okay, so you can get upgrades to these. Food processing, mineral processing. So you can get solar Mycio lungs and probably keep upgrading this. I mean, you definitely can. You could get all of these. Technically, there's no reason not to get this, especially if it only costs minerals. We can always swap it out for something else afterwards. Hi, Mona. And then we'll build a couple of these like special buildings in here as well, just because I feel like we might as well, right? Playing on normal, surprisingly easy. Maybe I'm better than I give yourself credit for. The difference between easy and normal is that high. It means the next campaign needs to be on hard. I mean, that's the thing. Total War is also like pretty good for difficulty in that if you play on a difficulty that's too easy or too hard for you, after a handful of turns, it will tell you, hey man, you're doing better than you should be. Do you want to turn the difficulty up? And I appreciate that a game does that. Nick Blasta, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Oh no, you want to say hi? Whoa. Hey, yo, Monda. What do you think of our little rock-based wilderness empire out here? We're stuck between a lab made of ice and a bunch of fish people, a bunch of shrimp people who want to make ships out of fish. That sounds honestly like the kind of thing you'd be really into with how much you like tuna and salmon. The cats are big fish people. I tried to raise them on chicken, and I think they just got bored of chicken, and so now whenever I give them fish, they go berserk. They like stinky food. Because they're stinky babies. Hi. She's like, how dare you give me that kiss? How dare you kiss me in front of the audience? In front of chat. Rude. So rude. Yeah, you good? All right. She's had her visit. Some cats don't like fish. No, absolutely. Our cat's big on it. Oh my god, this is so much fur, man. Blap. Blap. The cats are fish people. Cats have compromised the fishy hull. I think they certainly would. All right, we do have enough influence to keep building here. I like this. We've managed to get ourselves a good little triple choke point here at least, with room for expansion down here, potentially greater room for expansion down further. Obviously, we're going to get cut off over here pretty shortly by the old Fishy Feast factory. I don't know if I really want to expand into that spiral arm. We could just build this and make a fortress world. Set up a cradle, and then we have a fallback point here at this continental world. I always like when you can have fortress worlds on your choke points. It makes it very difficult for the computer to get past, especially when you have the buffs that we do, so. Mona Visit deserves to have a grudge removed. I appreciate that. Chicken Liver saved your first kitten who refused to eat kibbles when we adopted her. Yeah. We used to have to syringe food into these cats.
A new chance to learn.
Because they were like too baby, and they had cones on their heads. Because we got them like right after they had their gibbly bits gibbled. Right after they got de-gibbled. What's going on here with this monthly price too high, low? That ain't true. Get rid of that notification. So one more Cradle of Rebirth, and I think we could probably stop making Cradles of Rebirth. It feels like we're starting to actually make a decent amount of biogoop. Nice. This planet is covered with electrical filaments. Which caused this guy to level up. Giving us... I'll give you Scout. And we have a special project over here. So let's queue that bad boy up. It does seem like this kind of... Oh no, maybe it doesn't choke point. I thought that was going to that black hole, but it looks like it's going to that star. I'm very curious to see what direction that's going in right now, because it feels a little bit all over the place. But I tell you what, with these choke points in place, why don't we cut our first video here for the day and have everybody on YouTube come back to us tomorrow. You've had a little visit from Mona. I feel like it's the perfect spot for us to leave it. We're in a good spot. We managed to get vassalized and get out of the vassalization, but we are literally boxed in by 2 neighbors who don't like us right now. So we're going to have to get our military up and running pretty good if we want to stand any chance. Tune back in and see how we survive. Until then.